Words are complex. They're like human beings. They're really interesting. They have a long history behind them. Most people just look at words and think, they were probably always like that. But just like human history, they've evolved, they've changed, they've morphed into new things. So what we're going to do in this series called Have a Word is we're going to go on a journey. Now, I don't know where the journey is going to take us, I just know where the journey is going to begin. And that's with the word erudite. I'm going to give you the definition of the word. We're going to go through a few examples of how to use it so you can use it. And then I'm going to tell you a bit about the story of the word erudite. And I'm going to give you a quick sneak preview of the next word right at the end. The main aim of this video series is so that you can use these really quite advanced, interesting, fascinating words in your own life and writing. So let's get started. The definition of this word erudite is quite a nice word to say. You might want to practice it. Erudite. What it means is someone or something which is characterized by great knowledge. Basically is educated. So you would say this person was really erudite, or that book was so full of erudition. It means education or great knowledge. Let's go through a couple of those examples. She seemed like a very erudite woman. This is an example where they've used erudite as an adjective, so as a describing word. So you can describe, as we saw, a book as erudite, or mainly you describe people as erudite. So you would say to someone, that's a very erudite thing to say. Or, I know you're a very erudite person, but something like that. So it's a compliment towards that person. And more than that, it's quite a sophisticated compliment. You're really saying to them, by using this word erudite, I know that you're quite a smart, knowledgeable person. So it's quite a compliment to someone if you say they're erudite, because you're implying like they know what the word means. And let's be honest, it is quite a fancy word. The second example, can you turn the erudition in your mind into action? Now here, the word erudition, erudite is being used as a noun, so we have erudition. It's a thing. So for example here, can you turn the erudition, so that's like the knowledge, the education, the learning that you have in your mind, into action? Or is it just going to stay in your mind? Are you just going to be educated and just sit there and do nothing? Or are you actually going to change the world with your erudition, with your education? Now, what's the story behind this word? Well, going back to Latin and Greek, I'm going to explore the etymology, which basically means the history of each of the words we go through, because I think that's really fascinating to see how the words have come to us. If you think, what is the reason why words are so like humans? And the reason is they were created by humans, so they're going to have all that different history and complexity that humans have. So what's this? Well, X means out of, so that's why you have an exit. You're going out. Anytime you see that word X, it almost always means out of. And erudition or erudite came from ex udis, and if you join that and throw in an R there, you have ex rudis or erudite with a bit of a stretch. But what does the udis bit mean? Well, it means rough or unskilled. And you might see that parallel in words like rude or crude. It means rough or a bit kind of unsophisticated, not very nice. To help illustrate this, on the left we have this diagram of a very rough bit of rock. And it's not very ordered, it's not very clean and neat at all. Now from this, out of this, if you turn that very rough material into something much more orderly and neat, and you build something perhaps, from the roughness you get something skilled and neat and interesting, and that would be erudition. From the rough becomes the educated, comes the knowledge, comes the learning. So you've turned something rough into something smooth and delightful like a book. And so you go from being unlearned to learned and full of knowledge. Now let's give you a quick sneak preview of what we're going to cover next time in this video series. And to link it up, I'm going to use the word erudition or erudite to introduce the next word. So let's see how it goes. Remember, I don't know what's coming, I just know one video ahead, and we're going to keep exploring new words one by one by one. So next time, let's spread it out a bit. Someone who is erudite is indeed conspicuous. There we go. Someone who is erudite is indeed conspicuous. Now we know what erudite means. It means characterized by great knowledge or educated. And the word conspicuous will have to wait until the next video.